So let's look at some misperceptions and myths, okay? The franchisor makes all the money. Well, there are franchises like that. I call them parasitic. A good franchise relationship is symbiotic. The franchisor wins only after you win, ladies and gentlemen. They win through the franchise royalty stream. The stronger business you have, the stronger the royalty stream. So the royalty stream is about value. Okay, franchise businesses are too expensive. I'm going to refute that later on. Over 50% of franchise businesses are under $125,000 to start. Why do we think they're so expensive? We see all the big franchises, all the big brands, and they are location-based. Guess what? Those are expensive, but that doesn't represent the whole market. I can't wait 2 to 3 years to make the money. Okay, there are some franchises, especially passive engagement, where you hire a full-time manager. It can take that long to make money. Elder care can take longer to make money. Once you get on the other end, it's really, really strong. But most franchises, I tell my clients, expect 6 to 9 months of no income. Even if the business is profitable, you're reinvesting in the business. But year 1 is your sacrifice year. Year 2 is your build year. You're making money in year 2. It's not as much money as you like to make, but you're growing. And then year 3, you should be at stride in most businesses. And stride is whatever that income is that you want to set for your long-term pace. I can't make any money in a part-time business. Well, let's define part-time business. To me, a part-time business is the only time the business is running is when you're running it. Think of direct marketing, multi-level marketing. Well, when I go to this recruiting meeting and I'm recruiting people, then I'm there. And until I have a downline, I don't have anything unless I'm recruiting people, right? Well, I see people saying, well, I'm going to try it out part-time, and if I can make the business work, then I'll go into it full-time. That's akin to sticking your toe in the water, and if it's comfortable, then you'll get down to your knees, and then you jump in. Trouble is, when you launch the business is when the business and the marketplace needs the most out of you. If you're only part-time engaging the business, you're not going to realize the mistakes you're making. You're not seeing the opportunities you're missing. And the lessons in between both successes and failures are few and far between. And the clients don't get to see you. It takes way longer, and that in itself creates a lot of risk. So I don't believe in part-time businesses on that definition. Now, passive engagement is a different part-time business. Passive engagement, I buy a business, the business is open full-time, and I hire a full-time manager to run it. I work 10 to 15, maybe 20 hours a week managing the manager and managing the process. But the business is open full-time. Now, some franchises are designed as passive engagement. Some franchises say they're designed as passive engagement. Here's the litmus test. If they say, yes, you can do full-time or passive engagement, okay, how many franchisees do you have in passive engagement structure, and where are they in the bell curve? If they're all in the bottom quartile of the performance of the franchise base, that tells me that passive engagement model is not sound, or at least it's weak. So they should be peppered throughout the bell curve if it's a good model. So yes, you can make money in part-time businesses. It's about understanding them. The market is already saturated. Way too much competition, Gary. Competition is good to a point. Competition means there's a lot of people buying the product or service. So don't let competition get in your way. It's what is the franchisor doing to get their fair share or your fair share as a franchisee of the marketplace. Once I get my fair share, how do I accelerate to mind share, M-I-N-D? I want to be top of mind. I get more than fair share. So it's a misperception. That's what franchisors are really good at. I don't want to buy myself a job. That's what a lot of people think. Counter and cash register, I don't want a long hours, low paying job. Well, that's appropriate in some businesses, especially some of the lower cost location franchises. It's understanding what are the roles, what do you got to do, what's the outcome, and what's the returns you get. So all these things stop people from even looking. Most common mistake, I'm coming back to big brand now. Big brand is good because it has customer relevance. It's got instant credibility. But what does it do? It brings people into the door once or twice. If they have a bad experience, are they going to come back? They might come back once. But if they have a bad experience, Is it the franchisor's fault, or is it the person who owns the franchise operating the systems and processes? Yeah. So it's understand when you're going in and looking at businesses and you have a bad experience, don't associate it with the franchise, associate it with the operator. When you're looking at yourself, can you run that business? So I care more about the systems and process. This is why validation of existing franchisees is so important, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to tell you how good that system and process is. They're going to tell you how good that support is. They're going to tell you how good the marketing, all those. You get to test drive it through talking to other people. So this is the reality, the ability to run the business, proven systems and processes. I don't have to have a mature brand to have proven systems and processes. I can have a brand in the US that you're an early mover in Ontario, and that's a really good system, provided the customer base is the same. Does that make sense?